Hey YouTube, it's Urataros here with White Company, and today I'm bringing you my Naturia plant deck profile. So let's get started with the monsters. For monsters, I run 2 Naturia Pineapple, since you can recycle them from the graveyard as long as you only have plant or beast type monsters in the graveyard. And that's really handy with this deck. I run 2 Beans because of his effect, which is he can't be destroyed by battle once per turn, and if he's targeted for an attack, then your opponent takes 500 points of damage. 2 Fruit Fly, he lowers your opponent's monster's attack and defense by 300 for each face-up Naturia. And if their defense reaches 0, you get a free monster. 2 Cosmo Beat, mainly because of his effect, because if your opponent normal summons or sets a monster, then you can special summon him from your hand, which really helps you set up for a synchro summon. 2 Marron, his effect is when he's normal summon, then you can send a Naturia monster to your graveyard from your deck or hand, and then once per turn you can shuffle 2 Naturia monsters from your graveyard into your deck. 2 Strawberry, mainly because when your opponent normal summons a monster or special summons a monster, it gains attack 100 attack times that monster's level, so it helps with raising his attack and not making it a weak monster. Then I just run Ladybug, Stinkbug, Beetle, Eggplant, Ragweed, and White Oak. And that's it for the Naturia monsters. For the other monsters, I run 2 Sweet Corn, since they can make tokens at the cost of 500 life points, so not too bad. 3 Nettles, mainly for the tuner aspect of him, plus he can prevent himself from being destroyed by battle. 2 Giant Cephalotus, mainly because he gains 200 attack during each of your turns. Then 1 Summoner Monk and 1 Giant Rat, mainly as searchers. For the spells and traps, I run 2 Fragrant Storm, mainly to help with consistency. Just destroy a plant, draw a card. If you get a plant, you get another card. 1 Barkion Spark, so that your opponent can't activate traps like Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment or Bottomless or anything like that. 1 Leo Drake's Mane to help boost up your Naturia's attack and attack. 2 MST, back row. 1 Scapegoat, mainly to stall. Double Summon, helps setting up for a synchro. Then Staples, Dark Hole, Instant Fusion, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Upstart, and Duality. So for the spells, traps, I run Polynosis, which basically you tribute a plant monster, and then you can negate the activation of a spell, trap, or the summon of a monster. So, not too bad. Plant Food Chain, it helps boost up your plants. DNA Transplant, I'll explain that later. Then Staples, Sakuretsu, Air Force, Torrential, 7 Tools, Negate, Compulse, D-Prison, Scrap Iron. Now for the extra deck, I run the Gens, except for Maestro, just because I didn't have him. But I mainly just use these 3 because they're pretty easy to bring out and their effects are decent. I run Leodrake and Gaia Night Force of the Earth as beat sticks. Okay. And I also run 1 Naturia Landois, because if you just drop a spell card from your hand, then you can negate monster effects until the end phase. Okay, then I have an instant fusion target, which is Amphibious Spurgoth, and that is the reason that I use DNA Transplant, because most of Most of the synchro monsters in this deck require an Earth type, not a non-tuner Earth type monster, and he's in Water Attribute. So that's the deck. Comment, rate, subscribe. See ya.